Hi,
Hey
everyone.
everyone, I'm Lisa.
And I'm Lucy, and we run Sticker Guru, a stationery and stickers shop.
We created the Big Plans podcast to share the things we've learned over the past 6 years of running our own business.
Today, we will be reviewing the pros and cons of selling on Shopify because we did talk about pros and cons of selling on Etsy, and y'all loved it. So, we're talking about Shopify today. And we'll also be discussing more details on transitioning over from Etsy to Shopify.
Yeah, so we get a lot of questions of how we switched from Etsy to Shopify. I started on Etsy in January 2016, but we moved to Shopify in July 2018. So after 2 years and a half, but
Mhm.
we still have our Etsy open with some products, but for the most part, we do operate on our Shopify for pretty much everything, like all things new releases, sales, and $2 Tuesdays.
Everything.
So let's just get started into the pros of selling on Shopify. The first is that Shopify themes are super easy to use and set up,
Mhm.
and they also offer free ones, which I believe we
We
started
used a
with a
free one.
free yeah, we started with a free theme, really easy to set up.
Also, I feel like other sites, usually other site building sites, I should say, like Squarespace. Squarespace, I think, has good free layouts as well. But like
Wix,
WordPress,
WordPress,
like
just like
their themes are not cute. But the free themes on Shopify, I think, are like not bad. I think
yeah,
like
plus
it was just
I
fine.
yeah, I feel like some of those website building sites, they originally started for, like, blogs,
Oh
so
yeah.
they're not super retail e-commerce friendly, I'd
Hmm.
say.
Hmm.
I think they're definitely trying to pivot in that direction, but I just haven't really loved any of the themes that they offered
They're not
from what
cute.
I've seen. Yeah, they're just not the best in my opinion.
But yeah, I think the free ones on Shopify are just fine. And yeah, super easy to use, super easy to like customize your site, change your pages. And also, their overall interface, in my opinion, is one of the easiest to navigate and use, both for their app. I don't love their app, but I do think it's better than Etsy's app. And I think their website is just like easy and clear, like what button goes where. What
Yeah,
do you
I
think?
think there's not, like, too many things going on. It's really straightforward in my opinion. Yeah.
Okay, so another pro, I think this is the biggest pro, actually, in my opinion, is that they have apps. So they have like an app marketplace where you can add on apps that have different features. So, like, we have apps for our influencer marketing, for like our banner, for sales, for our referral slash reward program.
Mhm.
There's like
Yeah,
an app for everything.
you could totally customize your website using these apps. There's just so many different options. There's, like, free apps, there's also paid
Mhm.
apps, and there's just a lot to choose from. So it could definitely be a little bit overwhelming and confusing on which one you should go with. So we could definitely do, like, a whole episode on Shopify apps and which one we use and
Oh, yeah.
recommend
Yep.
if you guys are interested in hearing about that.
I've tested
But
so many. So
yeah,
I
we've
could talk more about
definitely
it.
done a lot of apps, but I think we are at a good place with all the apps that we currently have on our site.
Yep. So another pro is I like how Shopify is easy to integrate with a lot of other platforms. So, for example, you may have noticed if you're on Instagram, when you go like when you see a product on Instagram, you can click on it, and then you can also like it'll take you to the website.
Mhm.
The product has been tagged. So you can't do that with Etsy, but that is something that you can do with Shopify and set that up.
Yeah, I feel like that's just like a good way to link your products on your Instagram. And then if someone's like interested in whatever you posted in your photo, it's like they can directly click on that and it'll take them to the direct product, which is really good, especially for increasing conversion rates. I think that's
Yeah.
really important to have it just be really simple for them to get to the product that they're interested in.
Yep. And then finally, I think not we kind of talked about this in the Etsy podcast, but not relying on another platform like Etsy who can shut you down at any point and then you would be basically like SOL. So it's nice because you have your own domain name with the Shopify. You're not depending on someone else. Well, you're depending on Shopify, but, like, if even if your Shopify got shut down, like, you have your own domain name, so you could, like, set up a new one,
Mhm.
direct people.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I feel like those were some of the main pros. I know we could talk literally for days and days about all the pros Shopify offers, but let's move on to some of the bigger cons. And the first one being, and I think this really holds back a lot of people from moving to Shopify, and that would be the cost slash fee of having a Shopify account. So I believe the basic plan is $29, correct me if
Mhm.
I'm wrong.
Yes, 29.
And that's like the most basic plan. That's the one that we started out with. We were on that plan for the longest time. But they do offer more expensive plans, which we just switched to the mid-tiered plan,
Mhm,
which is $79 a month. And like some of the differences between all these like tiers is that you get more analytics, you get more user accounts. So if you have like employees and you want to set up accounts for them, you can do so. And then the biggest one is that there is lower transaction fees for each order, which that was ultimately the reason why we switched to a more expensive plan. We noticed that it kind of made sense to have a lower transaction fee,
mhm.
but, pay like $50 more. It was worth it for us to, pay the $50 to have a lower fee each
Yeah,
month.
and also, I believe if you pay in advance for, like, a year in advance or, like, 2 years in advance, you get a discount, so it's like, if you know for sure that you're gonna be on Shopify, I highly recommend just paying, like, at least a year's worth, so that way you're taking advantage of the additionally
Yeah,
discounted,
the annual discount rate. I believe we actually paid
yeah,
for 3 years.
I think so.
So it was definitely a good chunk of change, but yeah,
Like, we
like I
know we're
said,
gonna be on
it was
Shopify.
yeah, it we I'm yeah, it's definitely was worth it for us. So, yeah, that is something. The first con is the fees, but
Don't
again,
let it deter you.
don't let it deter you, don't let it scare you. I promise it'll be worth it.
Yep. So speaking of analytics, the $29 basic plan, I feel like there wasn't really any analytics. And to be honest, I feel like the $79 plan doesn't have
Yeah,
that much more.
the
What do you think?
analytics are not great. Obviously, it has like the basic how much you made, analytics, the conversion rate, like how many, like what's the percentage that made it to the cart, to the checkout, and ultimately to purchase. They have like basic things like that, but not a lot to work with. We did, switch the $79 month plan, which offers a little bit more analytics, but still I'm just not super like satisfied or like, I don't know,
Yeah.
overjoyed with
Like
the
we
result.
we definitely
Like,
didn't switch. Like that $50 is not
it's not
um
because we wanted
yeah,
more analytics or
yeah,
anything
yeah.
like that.
But you
Yeah.
can, if you are interested and you want more analytics, you can always set up Google Analytics with your site. So we have that set up, but there's a lot of data for that. It's actually like too much for me. And to be honest, it's like very overwhelming. So I don't look at it very often, but that is available if that is something like if data and analytics is really important to you. That is something you can set up.
Yeah. Does it cost money or is it free?
It's free.
Oh, okay. So yeah, if you really want a lot of analytics, set up Google Analytics. Don't pay the extra $50 a month just
Oh,
for
yeah.
analytics. I would not
You
recommend
will
that at
be
all.
very pointed. Let me just tell you.
Yeah. The next con is that you do have to do all of the marketing yourself. So if you start on Etsy, Etsy has their own search engine, but now you're on your own. So you do have to, up your Instagram or Facebook marketing game and really do your own marketing,
Mhm.
really promote your products yourself. And especially if you started on Etsy and you are trying to move over to Shopify, you have to actively move your customers over. That is something to consider and definitely could be a con for some people.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Like you should definitely listen to the Etsy episode if you haven't already, but we talk a lot more about advice on how to do that. So I think another con, and Lisa can talk a lot more about this because she has a computer science background, but it's when people's sites are not user friendly, it personally turns me off. Like if
Oh,
it's
it turns me off like
ugly.
immediately. Like I'm gonna close the page and get out of there. Like If your page is slow, like, it literally takes so I've been on some websites where it takes over 10 seconds for the page to load, and that to me is insane. I'm like, "How are you getting any
I wouldn't even
orders?"
make it to 10 seconds, I would have clicked
Um,
away by then.
well, I was just curious to see how
Oh,
long it
okay.
would take to load,
Yeah.
and I was just, like, shocked. But you'd be surprised, like, a lot of websites load very, very slowly, and customers do not like that. Whether they know it or not, they're gonna click away if a website takes too long
Or
to
if it
load.
doesn't look good or if, like, the user interface is just not
Yeah, if it's
intuitive.
Yeah, if it's, like, hard to navigate the site, difficult for people to find products that they want, that is not good and something you should really think about. I feel like not a lot of people consider this, but you really should be considering, thinking about how to make your website user-friendly. Like, this is very important for online retail, e-commerce.
Yeah.
Like, this is, like, the number one thing you should focus on is to make your website easy to navigate and to use.
Yeah, yeah. Something that I feel like a lot of I see others planner shops and some have lovely websites, but there are also some where I'm like, I think you might need a little bit of help. So I would say it might even be worth investing time to just like make sure your site looks good before you launch, which I think with Shopify,
Mhm.
it's like free. You don't have to pay until you actually launch, like officially publish your website.
Yeah, like, I think a good tip is to actually use the website yourself and to pretend that you're a customer shopping on your website and to see, can you really, navigate your website easily? I think that's important. Or you can just have someone try out your website and have them give you feedback. I think that's really important.
Yep, yep. Okay, let's dive into questions. We got some good questions here. So, first off, should I use Shopify's email marketing instead of something like MailChimp or Flowdesk?
Believe Shopify's email marketing, you can send up to 2,500 emails for free a month. So if
Mhm.
you are just starting out with your email list, I would say go ahead and start with Shopify's
Yep,
email marketing program. But I think by the time they rolled that out, we were already like way above that number.
way above.
So we've never actually tried using their email marketing.
Yeah, we have actually. I've tested it out just because I was curious, but like we send way more than 2,500 emails in one, like,
Hello?
hello, hello.
Hello.
Okay, go. Okay, we're good.
So I don't think we've ever actually used Shopify email marketing, their program ourselves. We went over, I think by the time we started our email list, we were well over that many emails a month. So yeah, we can't really speak on how their program actually works, but
Actually, I've tried it.
we
I've
Oh,
tested
you
it.
have?
I have tested it because y'all know I like to test things. So, but as Lisa said, like we literally one email blast from us would completely wipe out that 2,500 emails. So it's definitely not something that we could use feasibly, but I have tested it. They do have templates that you can use. I think I might be biased, but I think
Mhm.
Flowdesk has the best looking templates and we use Flowdesk.
Yeah.
So I didn't see any draw to stick with Shopify, but I do
Mhm.
think if you're starting out,
If you're
like,
starting out, like, why
it's
not give
free.
it a
Yeah.
try? Yeah,
Uh,
but we did use MailChimp for a little bit in the beginning, and it just got expensive, like, really quick. So,
mhm.
I personally would not recommend MailChimp. I would definitely suggest checking out Flowdesk.
Yes,
Yeah, it's just our favorite, our go-to. And how much do we currently pay for it?
$19 a month, and I will put a
Yeah,
link to Flowdesk in our show notes if that's something you're interested in.
yeah,
So,
$90, like, that's super cheap in my opinion.
yeah, 19,
Yeah,
that's
and we
crazy.
send, like, 2 emails a week,
Yeah,
so, yeah, I mean, I how many subscribers? I think we have, like,
almost 10K, I wanna
almost
say.
10,000, yeah, so it's definitely a really good price.
Mhm.
So even if you're on Etsy, only on Etsy, and you plan on staying on Etsy, I don't know why you're listening to this podcast then.
Well, they're interested.
Maybe just if
They're
you're interested,
curious.
but if even if you do plan on just staying on Etsy, I would suggest starting an email list regardless of
Absolutely.
yeah, where you end up, your Etsy, your Instagram, or your Facebook, whatever platform you use to market your products, those could be shut down in an instant without any warning.
Yep.
And then you'd be, you'd have no way of communicating with your customers. So you definitely want to have your own email list. Something that's, just your own, you have full control over, no one's gonna shut it down. And then have a sign up page and direct people to it on your link tree. You can have on a business card and give them an incentive to sign up. So you can offer a promo code, a freebie, literally anything to, get them to sign up.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So next question is I want to switch, but I'm afraid that no one will visit my website and that I won't be able to make back the money I spent to switch to Shopify. And I would say you can still keep your Etsy open while you
Mhm.
have your
Yeah.
Shopify. I mean, that's literally what we do.
Yeah,
Uh,
our Etsy is still open to this day.
yep.
We obviously offer less products on there and we don't run sales on there, but we still keep it open. Why not? Just make sure your prices are accounting for all the fees.
Mhm.
And yeah, I think keeping your Etsy open is totally fine.
Yeah, definitely. And then also make sure that you're prepping your customers. So, like, you're posting about it on social media to let them know that you're moving to a Shopify, including a note to your customers and their orders. Like, you put a little postcard letting them know that you're going to have like a grand opening. You can like
Mhm.
incentivize people to shop, have a grand opening sale. Don't,
Yeah, I think just
yeah,
putting the word out there, letting your customers know what's going on with your shop. I would say, you should be priming them and like letting them know in advance that you're thinking about moving to Shopify. I don't think it's a good idea to just like spring it on them and expect them to move to
like,
your Shopify.
ta
Like,
da.
yeah, like no, I think you need to get the word out and, get them prepared.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's fun. Like, you could build up anticipation
Mhm. Yeah.
so that people are really excited to shop on your Shopify. So, like, related to that, you have to really make a conscious effort to
Mhm.
direct people away from your Etsy as well. So, doing things that will
Yes.
incentivize people to go to your Shopify instead of your Etsy.
Yeah, so some of the things that we do, we offer lower prices on our Shopify. We do not offer any of our big sales on Etsy. And in our link tree, in our bio, link in our bio, we only link to our Shopify. So
There's no
literally,
mention of our Etsy.
yeah, there's no
Yeah,
mention of our Etsy. Etsy is literally just, in the background. Yeah, just making sure that you are really
promoting your
promoting
Shopify.
your Shopify, yes.
Yeah, yeah, and I would say I feel like Lisa said, it is the biggest concern people have is, like, "Is this gonna be worth the money that I spend?"
Mhm.
And I hope that you take away from this podcast that it doesn't have to cost that much. Like, we
Yeah.
literally just had the free theme for the longest time.
Mhm. Free theme, there's
Free
free
app?
apps.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
We love
it
free
does
apps.
not have to be expensive at all, and like I said, we were on the base tier of $29 a month for the longest time, so it's definitely doable to switch to Shopify, and don't let the monthly cost scare you away because I promise it's gonna be, so worth it.
Yeah, and I would say maybe I think it's tempting to want to spend, like, hundreds of dollars on, like, a really good theme or, like,
Mhm.
a ton of money building all these or adding all these apps in, but I would say maybe start out and just see if you can get traffic to your Shopify for the first few months, and then slowly add in, like, these expenditures, so that way you're not
Yes. You're
investing
not just
too much.
you're not overloaded with all these costs immediately. Just, start with what you can. Like I said, the free apps and themes are great
We
options.
love free apps.
Like, yeah, you really don't need to spend a lot of money.
We definitely need to do a podcast episode about apps because I have a lot to
Yeah.
share.
We have a lot to share. Like, we have a lot of good recommendations, I think.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so I guess that's it for this week's episode. Thank you so much for listening, guys.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Sticker Guru.
Check out our shop website, stickerguru.com,
You can email us at hello@stickerguru.com.
and you can watch us on YouTube, youtube.com/stickerguru.
Thanks so much for tuning in. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.